David Wygant with Gregory. Today, we're going to discuss something that is a reality for me. It's a reality for Greg. Someone shook my hand today, Greg.
Oh, no.
Okay?
Yeah.
And we were having a conversation before we shook hands about how they were happy that it wasn't that they avoided flu this season. So what did I do immediately when I walked into the place that I was heading to?
You went right to the restroom to wash your hands.
Fuck yeah. And the best way to wash your hands is this, okay? You take your two hands together and you go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. So you say the alphabet. That's how they teach little kids how to do it. What happens is that you got to do 20 seconds of scrubbing hands back and forth. That way, then you don't get sick. Secondly, we're going to play a little game here right now. Do you touch your face with your fingers ever, yes or no?
Me?
Yes.
I make it a point not to. I try not to, but you can't help it. Everybody touches their face. Everybody.
Okay. So you know why, right?
No. Tell me why. Why do you think?
Okay, so on 2020 one time, I watched how germs actually come to life. And if you take your finger that touched something really disgusting, like anything, because germs are living at all times. They're living on countertops. They're living, the gas station pump. Oh, my God, that thing is just full of flu, full of stomach virus, full of disgusting things, right? So whenever you touch the gas station pump and then you go scratch your nose, you're taking the germs that you got and you're sticking it into your nasal capacity. Because I never touch my eyes. If I touch my eyes, and if I got a booger in my eyes, like a little morning eye booger, I'll take my shirt and, I figure my shirt doesn't accumulate the germs as fast as my hands do, and I'll touch it that way. But I will never touch my face ever. It's just not going to happen.
We're going a little Howie Mandel here, but I'm kind of liking it. Yeah, I mean, my kids' hands, like my youngest daughter, they're like just sticky and disgusting all the time. And her nose is running and just everything else. And she comes to dinner every night, and we usually say grace because I like to do that for them. And I touch her hand and I'm like, okay, stop. Got to go wash your hands. And they walk around in bare feet. I saw a special one time like you, I don't think it was in 2020, about all the germs and all the micro whatever garbage that's on the ground, especially if you walk outside in bare feet. And then you come in and they love to literally never put shoes on, just walk around like a bunch of fucking hillbillies. I just don't get it at all.
I see that sometimes walking around Venice, right? And I see people walking around with no shoes and their feet are black. And I'm thinking to myself, that is so disgusting. Okay, first off, here's another thing about the shoes. When you come home, right, do you walk through the house with your shoes?
Absolutely not. Shoes are off at the door.
Okay. I know people that will go into their house
because of the same reason of what I just said.
Yeah, I mean, people are really disgusting. Like I remember somebody came to my house and they had to use the bathroom, and they literally walk in and they run to the bathroom. I'm thinking to myself, why did you take your shoes and put it on my bathroom floor? The same bathroom floor, that I literally step out of the shower. I am really clean. I'm really, really happy, right? And my clean feet are going on God knows what's out there. Another thing is dogs on the bed. I know Lucky's on the bed sometimes, right?
Lucky was in the bed last night, but it was gross. And that's only because the sheets are getting clean tomorrow. So
it is kind of gross. I mean, if you think about it, because they walk in the most disgusting things in the entire world. They walk on other dogs' poo. They walk on other dogs' pee. They walk on the streets, right? I mean, I don't know. Ever since I became a germaphobe, I just don't get sick.
All right, I got to ask you one thing. Okay,
yeah.
And this is something that just came up recently in my house because, we have our Airbnbs, right? And there's always the leftover loofah left in the shower.
Ew.
People leave and they leave the fucking loofah there. Like, who's gonna touch that? Because where's the loofah go?
Oh yeah, it goes right up the crack of your ass.
Right, exactly right.
You know what I mean?
Or they use a face cloth and they rinse it off with water and they hang it in the shower. Like, the next person's going to run in there and be like, oh, perfect. I got a loofah or a fucking face cloth. Let me wash my face with that. That feels great.
What about, there was a 2020 thing on one time that was really fucking hilarious. And the most grossest things in a hotel room, right? is the remote control, because people don't wash their hands, right? The glasses that are turned upside down in the bathroom, because the maid usually goes from toilet to sink to counter, right? And they had a hidden camera in a Waldorf Astoria. It wasn't in just a Motel 6, right? And then she puts the glasses down on there. So literally, you are basically kissing fucking bowel movement right then and there. I mean, there is just so many little things. I mean, working in a bar. You remember working in a bar? I mean, I remember there was one time. It was the funniest thing. I was working at a place called the Bear Bar on 77th and Broadway, and it was packed. And we were out of shot glasses. And one guy goes, "Could I have 12 shots of tequila?" And I'm like, "Oh fuck, there are no shot glasses, right?" You know. But I see them piling up on the bar. So all of a sudden, I look at him, and I'm 24, 25 years old, and I look and go, "Oh man, check that girl out over there. She's fucking so hot." He goes, "Where?" And he turns around. I take my big, massive arms and I move the shot glasses all towards me, okay? And then I just dump out what was ever in there. And I wipe as much lipstick off as I possibly can, and I fill it up with tequila. So I hand it to him and I say, $48. He gives me 50 and goes, "Keep the change." I go, "Oh, thanks, big guy, $2 whole, right?" So then he comes back a minute later. He goes, "This isn't my lipstick." And I go, "Man, you're right. It isn't your lipstick. I mean, I didn't have you pegged for that one." I go, "But that girl over there, that hot one over there, she's fucking smoking hot," right? He looks again, falls for it again. I pick up the shot glass, take my thumb, move it across the lipstick, rub it on my jeans, and go, "Here, man, here's a new shot."
See, but this is the reality that people don't realize.
Oh yeah.
Like, even like the glass washing, we went to, we went to love a little Taco Tuesday. Went Taco Tuesday the other night and had a margarita. Came home and I kept burping like over and over again, like bleh, bleh, like stomach's upset. And I'm like, God. And I don't drink margaritas because I think they're fucking gross. But I don't know why. They were probably cheap, and that's why I decided to have one. But then I thought back of like the days when they had the glass washers. Like, it's Taco Tuesday, right? The place is jammed. There's people in there, and you got a dirty glass, and you have one sink that has the two round spinny things that are just fucking germ magnets. And you take the glasses and you stick them in the soapy thing, and you do that. Then you dip them in the rinsing water, and then you throw them on the rack, and they call that clean. Now, if you're at the end of the night, and the fucking rinsing water is all full of soap, and people are too damn lazy, which they are, because you and I just admitted we're too fucking lazy to do it, and you end up with a glass of soap, and that's what I ended up eating.
Oh, so nice. What about the rinsing water? Remember how black that would get before you change it?
You never, yeah, exactly. You'd have a bar back. I was never doing that. I'd be like, change the fucking water. But you didn't care. You just wanted to make the money, just like you said.
I remember we had Ipecac shots. You ever ip anybody?
Ipecac. Like, is that like a mat shot where you pull up the mat and you dip the...
No, that's called Prairie Fire, okay? Prairie Fire, okay, or Prairie Dog, okay? So what we would do is the asshole that didn't tip, or the geekiest guy in the whole bar that had no game, little did I know that 20 years later I'd be a dating coach, right? So, I mean, we would take the mat shot, then we would add a little bit of like juice to give it some color, because, it always had that weird color to it.
Kind of grayish brown.
Brown. Then we had some Tabasco and 151.
Oh my God, that's gross.
And then what we do is I would turn the music down and we go, "Prairie Dog, Prairie Dog, Prairie Dog." And my regulars would always know where it was going, and they would just point and go, "You." And then always the guy who never tipped would go, "Me? Oh, gee, thanks, Davey." Almost like in a Davey and Goliath voice. "Oh, Thanks, Davey. I don't understand why Dad doesn't love me like Sally, Davey." So he gave it to we would give it to that guy, and the whole place would stare at him, and he'd fucking take the shot down, and you'd watch him want to regurgitate it up, right? And he'd bend over, he'd be soaking wet with sweat, and like all of a sudden the whole chant would be, "Keep it down, keep it down, keep it down, keep it down," right?
Well, did Tabasco like kill the whole thing, or is that because it's just you have so much Tabasco in there? And 151, I guess that would make it like on fire.
151 in Tabasco makes it on fire. Then we would have Ipecac. We would ip people. I mean, God, I cannot believe I'm admitting this. Please don't hold it against me. I was in my 20s, right? Ip was when, somebody didn't like somebody, they would put ip in the shot. Ipecac is what you give a child when a child eats a Lego toy, and you need to have that Lego toy expelled as quickly as possible. It just makes you throw up.
Oh, you're horrible.
Oh, yeah. So it would make you fraud. There was this one guy that was annoying all the girls. So the girl bartender, when he goes, "I'm going to go ip. I'm going to ip him." She ips him. He's frothing at the mouth like a rabid dog, looking around and going, I don't understand why I feel this way. And he's like, I go, look, man, you might have rabies, And it was like, look in the mirror. And he's got foam coming out of his mouth and everything else. So do not hold this against me. I was 24 years old. I was a party person. And it's because of Ipecac, and it's because of Prairie Dog, and it's because of using shot glasses like this, I've become a very conscientious dating coach and professional germaphobe.
That was a different time too, man. We're throwing ourselves back in the 80s.
Oh, it's the 80s.
It's a whole different world back in 81, 82, 83.
But Greg, people will be like, oh my God, I'm never going to coach with you now. You ipped somebody 30 years ago.
Well,
God, that was 30 years ago.
It's kind of crazy, right?
I know. Well,
it's all right, though. At least this is why we know we're both germaphobes.
All right, let's do one more, okay? All right, you go to the bathroom, public restroom, okay?
Yep.
Okay. Do you flush the toilet with your foot or your hand?
It's always my foot, which is kind of funny, right? Because I'm taking the germs from the bottom of my foot and I'm putting it on the handle of the toilet for the next person.
Absolutely. Now, on the urinal, because it's very hard to flush the urinal, right, with your foot.
I don't touch the urinal.
Me either. I just allow it to simmer.
Just walk out. Out, wash my hands. Then I take my paper towel and make sure that I grab the handle with the paper towel, throw it in the trash can.
Wait, you're missing a step. Okay, here's the big step. Okay, so you turn the water on, which is really disgusting. You're touching that disgusting, sink, right? When you wash your hands, do you turn the water off with your hand that's clean, or do you turn it off with the paper towel after you've dried your hands?
I like to rock my elbow.
You do the elbow?
I'll throw a little elbow in there.
Yeah, I'll do the elbow one. All right.
Most sinks now have those automatic faucets. You don't have to touch them anyway.
Yeah, you're right. The automatic faucets are great. Okay, so then one more. Okay, elevator buttons.
I have to admit, I have no elevator button game at all. Like, I just touch the button. I don't think about it. I haven't even thought about it. But now you just messed me up in one more step of my life.
I use an undominant finger, the pinky.
The old undominant finger thing.
Yep, the old undominant finger.
I guess the pinky really doesn't touch anything, right?
Nope, it's the undominant finger game.
Oh God, you're funny.
I'm writing that down because I'm gonna really play that up when somebody wants to know how to have sex with a woman. You use the undominant finger. No, what about last one. Okay, gas station. When you have to punch in your zip code on your credit card, do you use your pointer or do you use the undominant finger?
Generally, well, this is a tough one because usually what I do is I load up the gas, get the gas because usually I'm almost on empty. And then I go inside and sometimes I'll get a bottle of water. Then I'll use the bathroom, wash my hands. Then I come back out. So I've washed my hands after I've touched the buttons. But then there's still the handle issue. And every time I fucking touch it, it just grosses me out. Yeah, the handle's really gross. Okay, the handle's great. I have rubber gloves in the back of my car, so I basically put one on. I stole some surgical gloves. No, just kidding, but I think I'm going to do that. Undominant finger is used once again. You use the undominant finger when you punch in your zip code on your credit card. And phone, how many times a week you go into Whole Foods and wiping down that phone? Well, ever since I started hanging out with you, every time I walk by it, when I enter the fucking Whole Foods, I look at it, I think of you, and I say, oh, fuck, now I got to go wipe my phone off. You have absolutely ruined that for me. Not only in Whole Foods, any supermarket I go, if I see an opportunity to wipe my phone down, I wipe it down.
And this is the reality today. How to stay healthy this 2nd February weekend. We'll be back again tomorrow with some more useless information or useful information on the reality check. Yesterday's show, by the way, for you guys that missed it, we had Jacob Canfield of Signal Traders. Jacob is a really super fucking big crypto trader. So if you want to make some money, it's a good long 45-minute show. And I strongly suggest you give it a listen over the weekend because it was a good show. And we'll have some more fun stuff on the reality check every single day.